India slams Pakistan at the UNSC. Indian envoy says that Pakistan targeted Indian civilians and that Pakistan intentionally targeted religious sites. India extends airspace closure for Pakistan Airlines till the 23rd of June. The ban imposed on April 30th as part of various measures taken by the government against Pakistan in the wake of the Pahalgam terror attack was set to expire on the 23rd of May. Germany comes out in support of India and condemns the Pahalgam terror attack, saying they support India's right to defend itself. A 27-year-old man is allegedly the one responsible for posting unsolicited videos of Bengaluru women metro commuters on social media. He is arrested by the police. And a federal judge in Boston blocks Trump administration's attempt to revoke Harvard University's ability to enroll international students. Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Osama Shab. India on Friday slammed Pakistan at the UN Security Council, saying it has experienced decades of Pakistani-sponsored terrorist attacks, ranging from the 26/11 Mumbai attacks to the barbaric mass murder of innocent tourists in Pahalgam last month. India's permanent representative to the United Nations, Ambassador Parvathaneni Harish, made these comments while delivering a statement at the UN Security Council open debate. Listen in.
Earlier this month, the Pakistani army deliberately shelled our border villages, killing more than 20 civilians and injuring more than 80. There was intentional targeting of places of worship, including gurudwaras, temples and convents, as well as medical facilities. To preach at this body after such behavior is grossly hypocritical. Let us be clear. Protection of civilians should not serve as an argument for protection of UN-designated terrorists.
India on Friday extended the closure of its airspace for flights operated by Pakistan Airlines by another month till the 23rd of June, according to sources. Now, the ban imposed on April 30th as part of various measures taken by the government against Pakistan in the wake of the Pahalgam terror attack that killed 26 people. It was set to expire on the 23rd of May. Pakistan, in the meanwhile, issued a NOTAM extending its airspace closure for Indian-registered aircraft operated or owned or leased by Indian airlines or operators, including military flights.
There has been a NOTAM in place. There are no Indian airlines which are being allowed to fly over Pakistani airspace since the tension has taken place between India and Pakistan post-Pahalgam. So there's no change in that. What has now taken place is that Pakistan has issued a fresh NOTAM. In other words, a fresh set of directions extending extending the NOTAM for another period of approximately 1 month. So for 1 month more, Indian airlines will not be able to fly over Pakistan airspace, which means that they have to take a longer route. Be that as it may, Pakistan is very strictly enforcing this because, as we know, day before yesterday, there was an Indigo flight from Delhi to Srinagar, which got caught in some terrible weather, and they knew they were flying into terrible weather. They wanted to get a diversion around into Pakistan airspace. They did contact Lahore Air Traffic Control, but they were denied permission to operate. Now, in the past, when things were relatively normal between India and Pakistan, there have been instances when Pakistan International Airways aircraft have requested permission to fly into India because of weather conditions. But on this particular occasion, and something which reflects the situation between India and Pakistan, that was denied by the Pakistani air traffic controller. We've also managed to get a lot of details about how serious the incident was as a result of that denial. And there are a few more details which have also now come in because the Indian Air Force as well had advised the Indigo airliner, which was then overhead Pathankot, not to veer left or west as the pilot had requested. All of this ended up with the pilot having to pierce this thick wall of storm front, as it were, with massive changes in his altitude, with the aircraft having registered multiple warnings in cockpit, with faulty airspeed data being available to the pilots. The system itself went into what is called alternate law. which is a degraded way in which the pilot can fly the aircraft. 8,500 feet per second at one stage is what it dropped. Remember, the normal aircraft of the A321 class don't drop more than 1,500 to 3,000 feet per minute under normal circumstances. When the plane landed, it became clear that the nose cone was shattered, but fortunately all the pilots were safe. So, it's fairly difficult and challenging times for civil aviation, and that NOTAM is certainly part of all of this.
In a strong show of solidarity, Germany has extended its full support to India's Operation Sindoor, launched in response to the recent terror attacks in Pahalgam. German Foreign Minister condemned the April 22nd attack and affirmed his country's commitment to supporting global efforts against terrorism.
India's security and global security. We all were appalled by the brutal terrorist attack on India on the 22nd of April. We condemned this attack on civilians in the strongest terms. Our deepest sympathy goes out to all victims and their families. After military attacks on both sides, and India, of course, has every right to defend itself against terrorism, the fact that now a truce is in place is something we appreciate very much. What is important now is that this truce remains stable, that dialogue can happen in order to find bilateral solutions.
The National Investigation Agency conducted a nationwide crackdown on illegal immigrants, arresting 44 individuals across 8 states and 2 union territories. The NIA's operation aimed to dismantle human trafficking support networks involved in the infiltration and settlement of illegal migrants across the Indo-Bangladesh border. The agency has continued investigations to uncover the entire ecosystem of these networks. The police on Friday arrested 4 of the 7 prime accused in a gang rape case who were out on bail for parading the streets of Akki Allur in cars celebrating their release. Now, this incident took place on the 20th of May, but the video clippings, they went viral on social media, drawing criticism from the netizens, prompting the police to act. The Superintendent of Police of Haveri District, Anshu Kumar Srivastav, told the reporters that a case has been registered against the accused persons for unlawful assembly and rash driving.
ಬೇಲ್ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಅವರು ಸಬ್ಜೇಲ್ ಹಾವೇರಿ ಸಬ್ಜೇಲಿಂದ ಅಕ್ಕಿ ಅಲ್ಲೂರು ಕಡೆ ಬರುವಾಗ ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೊಸೆಷನ್ ಥರ ಮಾಡಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಆ ವಿಡಿಯೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಮೀಡಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಪ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ಗೆ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದ ನಂತರ ಹಾನಗಲ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕೇಸ್ 84/25 ಅಂಡರ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 189(2), 191(2), 281, 351(2), 351(3) BNSದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಸ್ ರಿಜಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. 5 ಆರೋಪಿಗಳು ಕಸ್ಟಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಮತ್ತು ಹಾನಗಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಂಗ್ ರೇಪ್ ಕೇಸ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಮೀನು ಷರತ್ತು ಉಲ್ಲಂಘನೆ ಆಧಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ ಜಾಮೀನು ರದ್ದು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ.
The state government's decision to sign up actor Tamana Bhya has led to protests and sharp reactions from Kannada groups like Karnataka Rakshana Vedike, which demand that the brand ambassador must be a Kannada star and not a non-Kannadiga. Some activists have even written to the Chief Minister to find a star like Pooja Hegde or Rashmika Mandana from Karnataka instead of Tamana Bhya. Industries Minister M.B. Patil, though, defended the choice of Tamanna and pointed out that the effort was to push sales of the soap in national markets and beyond India.
Kannada is our identity and Karnataka is our identity. Here it was a committee which looked into this one. They've checked up all these names, like Tamana Bhya, then Rashmika Mandana, then Kiara Advani, then Pooja Hegde, everything. They were all engaged with certain products and all this. Okay. She was the one available for us for 2 years, our conditions, and she has a 2.8 million followers. Yeah. It is a pure business strategy for the growth of this one. There's no question of any disrespecting our Kannada actors and all this. No?
So there's no question of going back on this?
No question of going back. Why should we go back? Our strategy is we don't want to restrict Mysore sandal soap to Karnataka.
Challenges on the security front are increasing in the Indian subcontinent. Uncertainty is increasing in the Indian Ocean region due to the growing tension between India and Pakistan and traditional, non-traditional security threats. After the recent conflict between India and Pakistan, maritime security, it has become a very important issue for India. On all these issues, Chintan Research Foundation, it organized a roundtable conference on Friday on the theme, the Mahasagar Initiative in the current security context.
महासागर इनिशिएटिव मौजूदा परिस्थिति में जो सिक्योरिटी चैलेंजेस इंडिया फेस कर रहा है अभी, और हमारे साथ जो ऑल पार्टी डेलीगेशंस दुनिया के अलग अलग देशों में भी गए हुए हैं, महासागर इनिशिएटिव कितना महत्वपूर्ण है इस संदर्भ में?
बहुत शुक्रिया आपका। देखिए क्या होता है, हम लोग आज के ज़माने में वी आर लार्जली इन्फ्लुएंस जो हम टेलीविज़न पे देखते हैं, और जो वर्तमान में एक बहुत बड़ी सिक्योरिटी क्राइसिस भारत की रही है, जिसमें भारत ने बहुत ही आई वुड से आउटस्टैंडिंग अपना रिस्पॉन्स दिया है, उसमें ज़्यादातर लोगों को लगा कि ये इंटायर क्राइसिस पूरी की पूरी एयर की है। बट ये सत्य नहीं है। सत्य है कि आजकल कोई भी वॉर, और कोई देश नहीं चाहता, इंडिया तो विशेष करनी चाहती है कि हो, लेकिन जब होती है तो मल्टी डोमेन और मल्टी डायमेंशनल वॉर होती है। कोई हिस्सा होता है जो ज़्यादा प्रकट होता है, कोई हिस्सा होता है जो कम प्रकट होता है। बट मुझे कहने में बिल्कुल हेजिटेशन नहीं है कि इसमें इंडियन नेवी ने एक अंडररेटेड वे में, एक क्वाइटली एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण रोल प्ले किया है। हम ये जानते ही हैं कि कुछ ऐसे देशों के जहाज़ जो कि हमसे एनिमिकल रखते हैं, वो पहुंच गए थे पाकिस्तान, बट आर नेवी वाज वेल बियॉन्ड दैट टास्क। मतलब जिस प्रकार की घेराबंदी की तैयारी नेवल फोर्सेस ने की थी, जो बहुत कम रिपोर्टेड है, वाज आउटस्टैंडिंग। लेकिन हम इस महासागर इनिशिएटिव को जो एक्चुअली प्लान था इस क्राइसिस से पहले से, चिंतन ने इस इवेंट को तो पहले से प्लान किया था, लेकिन हमने उसमें परिवर्तन किया। हमने उसमें एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट ट्वीक किया कि वी वांटेड टू सी द महासागर इनिशिएटिव इन द कॉन्टेक्स्ट ऑफ द प्रेजेंट सिक्योरिटी कॉन्टेक्स्ट। और क्योंकि अगर आप ये देखें कि भारत का जो भूमि बॉर्डर है, जो लैंड बॉर्डर है, वो केवल 6 देशों से है, जबकि अगर आप केवल इंडियन ओशन देखें तो देन वी हैव अ बॉर्डर विद 38 कंट्रीज। तो स्वाभाविक है कि महासागर इनिशिएटिव इज़ ऑफ एक्सट्रीम इम्पोर्टेंस। प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने इसको पिछले वर्ष बहुत ही एक विजन के साथ अपने लागू किया था, बट इसके जो की वर्ड्स हैं हमको नहीं भूलने चाहिए। जो महासागर में एक एस आता है, दैट इज़ सिक्योरिटी, दैट इज़ द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग। लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री जी का ये उद्देश्य था कि दिस सिक्योरिटी शुड लीड टू ग्रोथ, एंड दैट इज़ द जी ऑफ महासागर। एक होलिस्टिक ग्रोथ जो कि सब देशों को जो इसमें है उसमें साथ जोड़े, और अगर आप इकोनॉमिकली साथ जुड़े हुए हैं तो स्वाभाविक है कि देयर विल बी पीस, बिकॉज इकोनॉमी विल लीड्स टू स्टेबिलिटी, एंड इकोनॉमी एंड स्टेबिलिटी टुगेदर लीड्स टू ग्रोथ एंड पीस।
महासागर इनिशिएटिव के पीछे सोच क्या है? भारत के लिए ये क्यों महत्वपूर्ण है, और आपको क्या लगता है आगे चलकर क्या नया रास्ता खुल सकता है भारत?
इंडिया अपने आप को एक वॉइस ऑफ ग्लोबल साउथ की तरह देखता है, एंड अपनी G20 मीटिंग्स में इंडिया ने कोशिश करी है, प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी ने, कि हम अपने आप को एक विजन फॉर द वॉइस ऑफ द ग्लोबल साउथ की तरह दिखाएं। सो द शिफ्ट फ्रॉम सागर टू महासागर वाज प्राइमरीली दिस, कि आप फोकस इंडियन ओशन से और बढ़ाएं, अपने जोग्राफिकल स्पेस को बढ़ाएं, एंड ट्राई टू रीच द इंडो पैसिफिक रीजन। दैट वाज द मेन आइडिया और द वॉइस दैट हैज बीन गिवन, ऑब्जेक्टिव दैट हैज बीन गिवन टू महासागर, दैट वी आर रीचिंग आउट टू द ग्लोबल साउथ। एंड इट इज़ वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग दैट दोनों ही इनिशिएटिव, सागर और महासागर, मॉरिशस में ही हुए थे। सो वी हैव टू सी कि कैसे बिल्टअप हुआ है। एंड कभी भी कोई भी इनिशिएटिव, जैसे इंडियन नेवी ने कोई इनिशिएटिव किया या कोई हमारे गवर्नमेंट ने इनिशिएटिव किया, मैरीटाइम विजन में almost more than 30 ministries involved हैं. It's a whole of a government, it's a whole of a nation approach that we have adopted to build our maritime vision. We will not, मतलब हम एक particular चीज़ को पकड़ के नहीं बोल रहे हैं कि ये करा है इंडिया ने और ये हमारा विजन है, but we can find the resonance, उसके हर इनिशिएटिव में उसका एक प्रभाव हमें दिखता है महासागर का।
मैरीटाइम जो बाउंड्रीज है वो अपने आप में एक रोड मैप हो सकता है, एक रोपवे हो सकता है, for boosting not only India's strategic interest in this region but also economic cooperation बढ़ाने के लिए.
वे बैक इन 1946 के.एम. पानिकर ने बोला था कि अगर इंडिया को अपनी प्रेजेंस रखनी है इंडियन ओशन में, it can only make it through navigating the waters of the Indian Ocean. So we have to make sure that our presence, both geostrategically and as well as militarily, हमारे cooperation हो सारे neighbors के साथ, not just extra territorial power जैसे कुछ nations करते हैं. India has never claimed any territories. India has never claimed any EEZ of any other country. Our aim has been to build up strategic partnerships, to build up economic partnerships, blue economic partnerships, and ensure that there is a sustainable growth. And इसलिए आप देखते हैं कि इंडिया ने climate related, sustainable economy related बहुत सारे initiatives लिए हैं, whether it is International Solar Alliance, whether it is CBDR. So our initiatives have been more focused towards building a sustainable economic growth for all in the region.
In an exclusive interview with NDTV, Chhattisgarh Chief Minister Vishnu Deo Sai discussed the state's crackdown on Maoist forces. The Chief Minister shared insights on the government's efforts to combat Maoist insurgency and improve security in the region.
हम इस वक्त अबूझ बाढ़ में हैं और हमारे साथ छत्तीसगढ़ के मुख्यमंत्री विष्णुदेव साय साहब हैं. विष्णु जी, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है आपका NDTV इंडिया पर. ये जो ऑपरेशन हुआ, बसव राजू जो कि CPI माओइस्ट का महासचिव था, उसको ढेर किया गया, उसके साथ साथ काफ़ी सारे, इसका क्या इम्पैक्ट रहेगा? आपका क्या असेसमेंट है?
देखिए, हम लोगों को सरकार में आए करीब 1.5 साल हो गए हैं और सरकार में आते के साथ और डबल इंजन की भी सरकार है, तो आज जो छत्तीसगढ़ के विकास में एक बाधक है नक्सलवाद, इसको समाप्त करने की मंशा हुई और लगातार ऑपरेशंस हो रहे हैं. ऑपरेशंस में सफलता भी मिल रही है. हमारे देश के यशस्वी गृह मंत्री जी वो कई बार छत्तीसगढ़ आकर हम लोगों का जवानों का हौसला भी अफजाई किए हैं और इसलिए हमारे जवान मजबूती के साथ नक्सलवाद के साथ लड़ रहे हैं. और अभी जो सफलता मिली है, हमको लगता है कि अभी तक का सबसे बड़ी सफलता है, जिसमें माओवाद का जो महासचिव था, पोलित ब्यूरो का सदस्य था बसवा राजू गगन्ना, उसको हमारे जवानों ने न्यूट्रलाइज किया है. इससे नक्सलवाद को एक बहुत बड़ा झटका लगा है. हम कह सकते हैं कि नक्सलवाद की कमर टूट गई है और अब जो माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी और माननीय गृह मंत्री जी का जो संकल्प है और मतलब पूरा होने की दिशा में ये और एक मतलब ये ठोस कदम है.
साय साहब, गृह मंत्री अमित शाह ने तो 31 मार्च 2026 की डेडलाइन दी है. आपका क्या असेसमेंट है? क्या उससे पहले भी नक्सलवाद का सफाया हो सकता है?
बिल्कुल, जिस तरह से हमारे जवान उत्साह के साथ लड़ रहे हैं, हमको तो लगता है उससे पहले भी संकल्प पूरा हो सकता है.
Time now for a very short break. More news and updates on the other side. Welcome back. US President Donald Trump, he has warned Apple again against production anywhere other than the United States, saying that the Apple would have to pay a 25% tariff if phones sold in the country were not made within its borders. In a post on Truth Social, Trump said that he informed Apple CEO Tim Cook that iPhones sold in America are to be built within the country and not in India or any other country. Earlier, there were reports that Apple had assured the Indian government that its investment plans for the country remain intact and India will continue to be a major manufacturing base for its products.
This is exactly what we have our eyes peeled on next. Clearly, what Apple's commitment towards India and Apple's manufacturing and expansion plans in India haven't gone down very well with the Trump administration. We just saw, even yesterday, we saw the fact that one of Apple's top suppliers, which is Taiwanese giant Foxconn, was also seen to invest an additional $1.5 billion in India to set up factories as well as expand its employer base in India. And what we're seeing is the fact that that has not sat well with the Trump administration, and they've decided to hit back with a 25% tariff. As you rightly said earlier, Apple had assured informally, as well as our government sources had also indicated the fact that there was no change to Apple's expansion plans within India. So, but this latest threat to Tim Cook as well as Apple with regards to their investment plans, it's yet to be seen what sort of impact it will have on Apple's plans in India. Remember, Apple has committed to move a very large part of its manufacturing base to India. That is also in response to also diversifying away from China, which has proven to be a not very stable partner in terms of manufacturing, at least over the last couple of years. So we have our eyes peeled on that, and let's hope that Apple does not, and these latest comments from Trump does not spook Apple away in terms of investment.
On to some sports news. India's golden boy, Neeraj Chopra, he has made the nation proud yet again, this time in Poland, winning a silver medal. Chopra's achievement showcases his exceptional skill and dedication to the sport that has earned him the recognition on the international stage. He has bagged a silver medal. He has shown again in a javelin event in Poland. In fact, Sriram joins us to get us more on this. Sriram, although it wasn't Neeraj Chopra's day today, but the fact that he has finished second in the last 22 events, it goes on to tell you the kind of consistency that this man has produced over the last 22 events. Just take us through this particular tournament that he participated in.
Well, Osama, it's another event, another medal for Neeraj Chopra at this point. I mean, as you said, the nation as a whole falls short of words to express just how incredible he has been at this sport, the consistency and the longevity that we talk about. But simply talking of this particular event in Poland, the memorial event here, he has finished second in this one as well with an 84.14 meter throw. He has, of course, again come second, losing to Julian Weber from Germany, who, of course, beat him in the Diamond League just past this last week as well. So the same person that he's lost to. Last week, we were talking about his great achievement of, breaching that 90 meter mark with his throw in the last the Doha event as well. Now with the Poland event, now we've seen 84.14 meter throw today, coming second. As you've seen, it's incredible consistency with which he delivers in every single event that he participates in. Yet another silver medal. As I said, it's yet another event, yet another medal for Neeraj Chopra. It comes as no surprise that every time he takes center stage, he's the one that's making the headlines every time for India. Sure, it's a bittersweet moment that he didn't win the event, just like the one in Doha where we were expecting him to win it after such a mammoth throw with breaching that 90 meter mark, as we were talking about, an 84 meter mark here as well. But again, a silver medal nonetheless. Neeraj Chopra continues to shine for India.
Well, it is just the beginning of a new season for Neeraj Chopra, Sriram, and it's just been 2 events that Neeraj Chopra has participated in, 2 medals, 1 second position and a silver medal. It just tells you the kind of an athlete that he is. More importantly, there are a number of events that are lined up for Neeraj Chopra in the coming year. How important is it for him to stay fit? That is the most important thing at this moment, because in the last couple of years, he has struggled with injuries. But this year, he looks fit, he looks prepared, and it is important for him to stay that way so that he can win more medals for India.
Oh, 100%. So his injury has been the biggest concern. Nobody's questioning his talent or his ability at all. He is quite honestly right there at the pinnacle of his game in terms of skill, and we've never really seen in this particular sport someone from India do as well as he has. So the injury concerns have been the major part of what the concern might be for India with Neeraj Chopra. If he can stay fit and just continuously weave together these results over the next year or so in the upcoming events, you can clearly see the kind of scores that he's already making, and he can really top the leaderboard by the end of the season, for sure.
Absolutely, and both of us fanboys, Sriram and I, we are both going to be looking forward to this entire season that Neeraj Chopra will have. All right, Sriram, thank you very much for getting us all the details of that story. A federal judge in Boston, Alison Burroughs, blocked the Trump administration's attempt to revoke Harvard University's ability to enroll international students, issuing a temporary restraining order hours after Harvard filed a lawsuit challenging the ban as unconstitutional retaliation. The administration's move, announced by Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, revoked Harvard's Student and Exchange Visitor Program certification, citing the university's alleged failure to address anti-Semitism, violence, and ties to the Chinese Communist Party. This ban would have forced nearly 6,800 international students, that is 27% of Harvard's enrollment, to transfer or lose legal status. All right, time now for a very short break. More news and updates continue on the other side.